We put a lot of thought into how things like heat, moisture, protective styles, and products affect our hair. But even though we get that hair grows from within, it's still difficult for us to understand that the strongest influence on our hair is not something you can put into a bottle. It's so hard to grasp just how much your emotions and stress alter the way your skin, hair, and body looks. And it's not even complicated. It's surprisingly simple, but incredibly powerful. Let's talk about hair. Did you know things like a bad relationship or breakup, a draining job, and grief can cause your hair to shed a lot? It can turn off the cells that fuel hair growth and trigger rapid thinning. Hair follicles literally have emotional receptors. Think of it as cause and effect, or cause followed by internal events, then effect. I want to show you what these paths look like internally and how stress affects hair growth, hair loss, blood flow, and sebum production. Yes, stress makes you dry. I'm hoping these visuals will help you be more mindful about how you respond to internal and external triggers. This path that I'm referring to is called a biological process or a biological feedback loop. Let's break it down a bit. When your brain detects emotional strain, it activates a series of events called the HPA axis, or the stress response system. Think of it as the body's internal alarm system. Once this system goes off, it triggers the hypothalamus to release a hormone called CRH into your bloodstream. This hormone makes your pituitary release another hormone called ACTH. And ACTH causes your adrenal glands to release cortisol. I know, our body is so extra. All three of these stress hormones affect our hair. Cortisol is just the one we hear about the most. In fact, this biological process is an adaptation. Cortisol helps our body cope with stress. It helps us survive stress by looping back to the hypothalamus to tell it to shut down the HPA axis, or alarm clock. See this loop? This is how a healthy person functions. You feel the stress, it triggers a hormonal biological process that travels through your bloodstream, then it shuts itself off and self-soothes. The problem is when you overuse your stress response system. It becomes dysfunctional, or what's referred to as HPA axis dysfunction, and becomes less effective at shutting itself off, causing a consistent and excessive amount of cortisol in your bloodstream. This has horrible effects on your health, and it also steals your beauty. Cortisol is a survival hormone. Its main purpose is to help you survive. So it triggers your fight or flight response, and it suppresses non-essential functions like hair growth and hair nourishment. It has the power to completely change the look and feel of your hair. Hair follicles have actual cortisol receptors, meaning cortisol tells your hair follicles to do stuff. It tells your hair follicles to power down because hair is not a priority to stay alive. And the stem cells that regulate hair growth cycles, hair size, hair shape, and hair color slowly go silent. That's why the type of stress you feel like you can't control, that going off type of stress, can make your hair thin out, especially around the crown and edges, even when your hair regimen is damn near perfect. There's more. When your body is stressed, your scalp feels it almost immediately. Just like how some people's shoulder or jaw or neck tighten when feeling tensed, the muscles under your scalp tighten as well, making everything squeezed and restricted. It's like having a tight helmet on your head. When your scalp muscles tighten, two key things happen. blood flow slows down, and sebum distribution changes. Blood flow slows down because the tension causes vasoconstriction, shrinking the space blood vessels have to work with. This slows circulation, which can make your scalp feel tender, tight, or even trigger mild tension headaches around your crown. Blood carries the nutrients your follicles need to build strong, healthy hair. This blood flow that's meant to deliver these life-giving nutrients to your hair follicles reroutes to more vital organs like your heart, lung, muscles, and vital organs that help you respond to stress, leaving your follicles energy poor. They still work, but are weaker and slower. Over time, this shows up as slower growth, more hairs in the shed phase, and a scalp that feels tender and sensitive. Tight scalp muscles also make your scalp distribution change by restricting the rhythmic movements that normally help your natural oil spread evenly. Instead, these movements become spastic and distribute sebum less evenly. So you end up with areas on your scalp that are super greasy and areas that are super dry and flaky. Over time, this uneven distribution irritates the scalp and weakens its protective barrier. Some people even experience thin and even bald spots. The good news is that there are things you can do to release this tension and reverse a lot of this. Massaging your scalp every time you get a chance is a game changer. Even short, gentle ones when you're watching TV and when you're about to go to bed, and definitely during wash days. They add up to help improve circulation, redistribute sebum, and calm both mind and scalp. As you do it, visualize your scalp relaxing, blood flowing freely, and your follicles getting the energy they need to thrive. Scalp massages are even better when someone does it for you. So if you have that, consider yourself blessed. Something I really want to reiterate because it's very important. Stress does not just stay in your head. It changes your entire internal chemistry. It's just that your hair follicles feel it first. Grief, heartbreak, burnout, sudden life changes, chronic pressure from work, finances, even the stress that comes from having to code switch and be fake to assimilate, all creates an internal environment that pushes your hair follicles into real medical hair loss conditions. These reactions are biological, not just cosmetic. There's so much stressors all around us. It's crazy to think about sometimes. And for a lot of these stressors, there's really not much we can do about them. You may not be in the position yet to quit your job, or bring someone back, or change your environment. But there are things you can do to dilute the toxicity and drown out the negativity. Never forget that you have the power to literally put positivity, calm, and relaxation into your life. The trick is to start small and easy until these things become a habit. So if you want to start working out or moving more, start by walking. Play one of your shows while walking on the treadmill or walk outside. Over time, you'll be shocked how much just walking can transform your whole life. Or if you want to start eating better, start with a goal as small as not eating anything past 6 or 7 p.m. Once that becomes a habit, start taking things out your diet like refined sugar or fried food or soda. Another big one is sleep. A stressful body finds it hard to fall asleep, and proper sleep is critical for reducing stress. So this crazy cycle happens where stress is messing up your sleep, but you need sleep to reduce the stress. It's so annoying. If you fix other areas in your life, one of the first things that will change for the better is your sleep. Because it's not just about getting more hours of sleep, it's also about improving the quality of your sleep. Some other things I like to do is talk shit with my friends. You know, that type of friend that you can be messy with? I also like to color with my daughter. Coloring puts me in this zone where my mind is so calm and relaxed, and I get to have these deep conversations with my girl. I say all this to say, you can find relaxing moments in so many things that are readily accessible. It doesn't have to cost money, and it doesn't have to be extra. It just has to be a habit. If you're currently going through something, don't underestimate the power of tomorrow. You have the power to change your circumstances little by little. As always, thanks for watching. See you in the next video.